Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of C Gonna Speed 252. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. We would love to have you part of the community. We would love to have you grow with us, and please join us for this awesome journey. Please remember, on November 11th, I will be at Extreme Car and Truck Showdown. Once again, that's November 11th in Raleigh, North Carolina at the North Carolina State Fairgrounds. To register for this, all you have to do is go to www.extremecartruckshowdown.com. You can enter your car, your truck, or whatever you like inside this car show. It'll be amazing. It will be inside the building, so weather will not be a factor. I will have a booth set up. I look forward to seeing you there, and please come out and let's have a great time together. Hey everyone, I'm taking a poll on this. I actually put this poll on Instagram and had a lot of responses, a lot of good feedback from this, so I want to bring it in and put it on a YouTube channel as well. I'm considering doing a live video once a week or every 2 weeks for my viewers to get a chance to get to know me, ask questions, and that way if it's on YouTube, they can go back and watch whenever they like to for the ones that are able to not catch it during the live time. But I would love to get your input on this, so please leave your comments down below if you think this is a good idea or not. But I would love to do a live video once a week or once every 2 weeks. Once again, leave your comments down below. Also, I want to shout out for the people that actually do follow me on Instagram and gave your support and your thoughts on that as well. I actually reached out privately to each and every one of you to thank you for giving me your support, and they was all surprised. They was all amazed that, they got a private message from me, and I love my followers. Once again, I try my best to reach out and show how much love and show how much of a different YouTuber I am. So once again, thank you for everyone for your support. As you can see by the title, today's video is about the Chevrolet Mid Engine Corvette and why is this destroying the Chevrolet C7 ZR1 prices. So a lot of people have been asking me recently, and I'm concerned about the C7 prices tanking. Personally, for me, I'm not that concerned with it, only because I didn't buy my car for depreciation. I bought my car to enjoy it, drive it, and put a lot of miles on it. But most people actually buy their cars hoping to, maybe sell it again at some point, earn some type of value off of it. But I think that with the mid engine coming out around the corner, the C7 prices will go down a lot or maybe a little bit, but who knows? I think that the C7 are great cars. I think the ZR1 is an awesome car, but I also think the C7 will depreciate a little once the mid engine car comes around the corner. Now, obviously, we all not going to know exactly how much the ZR1s or the C7 will depreciate because we don't know exactly the price of the mid engine. We don't know how much horsepower it's going to have. We don't know any of those factors at the moment. We hear things about it having 500 horsepower, 650 horsepower, 850 horsepower. Now, I will say this. If Chevrolet comes out with a mid engine Corvette that has 850 horsepower, the ZR1 prices will tank. That's without a doubt. But me personally, I do not believe Chevrolet is going to release the mid engine Corvette, not the very first one, being 850 horsepower. Once again, my guess will be a minimum of at least 500. And so with that being said, the prices on the ZR1 may not go down as much. But I do think since this new car is coming out, that the prices of the ZR1 may go down just a little bit. Another reason why I say the C7s may depreciate some, only because Chevrolet built so many of them. Like, Chevrolet builds cars to sell. They're not like Ferrari or Lamborghinis where they only build a few, 1,000 or 2,000, and then try to, push them out at high prices. No, Chevrolet builds a high volume and try to sell a bunch of them, which means that if C7 prices made them going down for that reason as well. We don't know exactly how many of these mid engines they planning to make. If they make a base model with 500 horsepower, then obviously they probably push that to sell as well, like they did with these current C7s. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do. So if you take a look at this photo here, we obviously have a beautiful C7 ZR1 in front of us, a 2019. If you're all familiar, Corvette 918 had a ZR1 that looks similar to this, except this one actually have red calipers. We all know that Chevrolet built the C7 to sell. And once again, the C7 was the most sold Corvette ever in GM's history. And they did a great job of building the C7, which is why I believe the prices will go down a little bit on the C7s in general because there's so many of them out there. Now, I'm going to say this. I think the prices will go down a little bit on the ZR1s, but they still may hold their value just a little bit longer. I say this because I think this will be a one-year deal for the 2019 ZR1s. When watching a video from one of the engineers that was a part of the ZR1, the 2019 ZR1 at that, he said they did all they possibly could to push out as much power out of this car, which makes me believe that the 2019 ZR1s will be a one-year deal. I was also told that it's possible they may only build 2,000 of these, which will make this car rare, but it will still depreciate just a little bit. So the ZR1 that I just showed previously is actually selling at auction. Take a look at these prices. Now, we all know that at auctions, the prices are a little bit lower than most dealerships. Obviously, the dealerships are trying to purchase these cars and sell them at a better rate at their lot. Now, I will admit, $104,000 is still a crap ton of money for a car. But most ZR1s are selling anywhere between the low end of 120 to the high end of 150, and it can possibly go up to 190 depending on the options you get, the package you get, and things like that. But at the end of the day, there's a ZR1 that's going on sale for $104,000. So here in front of me, we have another black ZR1, beautiful looking ZR1 at the auction. If you remember, I recorded the black ZR1 going on sale not too long ago to my friend Dave. Same exact one, except his had blue calibers and this one has yellow calibers. Parked beside a Camaro V6. I think this is a V6, especially since I own a V6 Camaro and it looks similar to mine. But anyways, back to the ZR1 with 755 horsepower. This car looked great. I mean, it looks really phenomenal. But I wonder if the C8 Mid Engine Corvette will tank the prices of this car once again. I mean, look at it. This is one of the best Corvettes out there in the street. This is the most powerful Corvette you can actually buy this on the market. 755 horsepower is a lot for a car. I mean, we talked about in the past how much 460 horsepower is enough for an average day driver. Then you tack on 650 horsepower for most people that don't even know how to control 650 horsepower, and then tack on 755 on top of that. There's a lot of horsepower. So I will say that I don't think the mid engine will tank the ZR1 prices that much unless they release 850 horsepower mid engine Corvette with the electric motors on the front two wheels, which I doubt they will the first year at least. As I mentioned before, that black ZR1 is at an auction. So look at the price. You have $110,000. The highest bid so far has been $109,000. So do I think the prices will go up a little bit more on the ZR1? Of course. But there's been a lot of other people who bought ZR1s at $150,000, $160,000. And you got to wonder, like, hey, did I pay too much for this car? Because now the C8 Mid Engine Corvette is coming out around the corner. And think about it, this car only has 9,412 miles on it. And right now, the highest bid is $109,000. So what do you think? I mean, do you think this car is actually starting to lose value already? Here's another ZR1 that is at the auction as well. I guess this auction has ZR1 for days. And I mean, to see all these ZR1s sold at the auction can mean a lot. I mean, if you look behind this car, you can see another Camaro RS. That's definitely a V6. You can see the RS down below. If you look behind this current ZR1 and to your left, what do you see? Another ZR1. If you look to your right of this ZR1, what do you see? A blue, emerald blue ZR1. And I say this because it's hard to really tell if it's ZR1, but if you look at this emerald blue right at the bottom, the front splitter looks just like the ZR1. So here you go again. A lot of ZR1s been sold at the auction. Now I was told that a few of these have sold because the C8 Mid Engine is coming out around the corner and they want to get their most money for their car while the car still has value. I will admit, if I had a lot of money laying around, I would consider going to buy one of these ZR1s. Why not? Somebody else already took the hit for pretty much buying it brand new. So here you are getting a nice used ZR1 that I'm sure is in good shape. And it possibly will be a rare car since I think it's going to be a one-year deal. And there's not going to be but so many out there on the streets because let's face it, I don't really see ZR1s in my area a lot. I see, Grand Sports, Stingrays, and Z06s, but it's not like I go out there and see a ZR1 just driving past me. There's only been one time since ZR1s came out that I've seen literally a ZR1 in my area. Here's my first question, and I want you to think about this. Truly think about this. In your area, whether you driving a Corvette, whether you driving whatever you're driving, how many times have you seen a ZR1 in your area? How many times do you actually passed up a ZR1? Also think about this. When you go to car shows, how many times have you actually seen a ZR1 at a car show? I know I have met some friends that have seen, they might have seen like maybe 2 or 3 ZR1s at a car show they went to, but this was a huge car show. But think about it, how often do you see a ZR1 in your area? Before I ask question number 2, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel. Please join us for this journey and let's grow together. My second question is, do you think the ZR1, 2019 ZR1, is a one-year deal, or do you think they will continue to build the 2019 ZR1s for future years to come? And my third and final question for you, do you think when the C8 Mid Engine Corvette is released, do you think the prices on this Corvette 2019 ZR1s will tank? Thank you all for joining me today. Thank you all for pushing that play button. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Please hit that bell button notification right beside it so you get notification anytime I release a video. My website is www.seekonthespeed252.com. My P.O. box is 5204 Durham, North Carolina 27717. Please send me whatever you like to send me. It will be featured on the channel, that's for sure. Please email your photos to seekonthespeed252@gmail.com as well. I would love to feature some of your cars in my future videos. And once again, thank you for pushing that play button, and I look forward to seeing you again in another episode of C on the Speed 252. Oh, and also November 11th at the Extreme Car and Truck Showdown.